This is Fox 14 News at 9, and it starts right now. Hello and welcome. I'm Liz Holliday, in tonight for Lindsay Henry. The land behind me now belongs to the county, with Eastgate Boulevard acting as the new boundary. This is the pond where 14-year-old Freddie Williams was found at 8 a.m. this morning. Police say they used search dogs and horses to search this area 2 times before the missing boy was found. Appraisal companies say they gave everyone in Pitcher a fair deal. The judge residing over the case says she will have a decision on the issue soon. 4 people are in custody after a drug raid in Cherokee County, Kansas. According to Thomas, he was buying these pills for $5 a pop, and he says he wasn't just buying one.
I've seen tornadoes before, but I've never been past one.
When Larry Davis stepped out of his safe room, he was confronted with turned over semis and his son's diesel business in shambles. He says the damage was pretty shocking.
Disbelief, I guess, is about all you could say, and it's just pretty awesome.
And Davis wasn't the only one. Authorities report about 15 houses sustained damage with tree limbs and power lines down in this stretch off of East 130 Road.
This is ground zero right here, just a major amount of damage. It had this intersection blocked for quite a while with all of these poles and debris that was in the road.
And though emergency services says the tornado was only on the ground for mere seconds, it was just enough time to leave behind this kind of damage.
We had very little warning, and the way it worked out, no harm was done to people, but a lot of property damage here.
Morgan reports that thankfully no one was injured, and that first responders like Wyandotte Fire Department were on hand 20 minutes after the storm to help pick up the pieces.
Basically just taking assessment of damage of houses, helping people get at least tarps over their roofs to where they don't have any more rain damage than what they've already sustained.
As for Davis, he says he's thankful for the help from first responders like Turner.
Just doing everything they can to kind of get things back to where we can do something, you know. There's just so much to do, you don't know where to start.
Davis says that the shop is insured and that they will begin the process of rebuilding. In Ottawa County, Oklahoma, Liz Holliday, Fox 14 News. Debris, flashing lights, and the apprehension of a suspect wanted for homicide. This is how an attempted bank robbery ended in Ottawa County, Oklahoma on Wednesday.
Well, it was a little bit shy. We don't get a lot of bank robberies.
Miami PD say it all started sometime after 10 a.m. when Francis Harry Dishman walked into this IBC bank in Miami and asked for money. Police say Dishman likely got scared and left the scene, driving north on Highway 69 with no money in hand.
There was no weapon brandished at all. He handed the teller a note.
It was here on Highway 69 between Baxter Springs and Quapaw where authorities say Dishman ran a semi-truck and a second vehicle off of the highway while trying to escape at speeds of 100 miles per hour. The driver of the semi-truck was killed.
Well, our first response is, and since this actually someone lost their life in this, we're going, we're going to try to set up a perimeter and get the suspect apprehended.
According to Oklahoma Highway Patrol, the suspect ran from his vehicle just behind me, only about 100 yards down this ditch. He was able to cover himself in brush and hide from police for 2 hours.
There was overbrush, and he was covered up in that. And we had to call for the assistance of the Oklahoma Highway Patrol airplane, and they were able to spot him from the air.
Hidden but not for long, police found and arrested Dishman around 12:20 p.m., about 2 hours after the whole ordeal began. In Ottawa County, Oklahoma, Liz Holliday, KOAM News.
Like somebody tore my heart out of my chest and stomped it in the ground and walked off. That's your worst. And to take everything bad you can think of and all the worst feelings you've had and multiply it by 1,000.
This is what father of 4 James Horton felt when he heard his 12-year-old daughter Adriana was kidnapped. She was last seen at Hazel Park in Garden City, Missouri around 5 p.m. last night.
I come outside and instantly dialed 911 and said I need officers now, and I found a first responder and got her screaming on the phone.
As soon as word got out about Adriana's disappearance, Horton says many in the community joined together to help in the search, including 14 law enforcement agencies and 15 fire and rescue.
This is very family oriented right here around Golden City, and everybody's shocked, and they're working really hard trying to find this missing young lady.
Search volunteers we spoke with said they didn't mind dropping everything to help look for this little girl, because in a small town like Golden City, everyone's family.
Everybody's family. When you're this small of a community, people come back from wherever they live.
Over 250 others like Miller assisted in the search. The town's mayor says the response has been incredible.
The people of Southwest Missouri are true and they stick together. And when one's in trouble, everybody comes.
Horton says he's remaining strong for his other daughters.
Right now I need prayers and all the help I can get.